That was a lot of money. Last month, my partner and I decided to take a little break from work to go on a trip. Canada in general is not a cheap place to travel, and I got curious about how much we actually spent in a week-long road trip. So I decided to put all the costs in the itinerary of every day together to figure this out. Before we get into this, I want to say hi, my name is Jen and welcome to my channel. I talk about all things from tech, career to lifestyle and everything in between. If you're interested in any of those topics, please hit that subscribe button, like this video, comment at the end, and then go check out my other videos. Day number 1. The first purchase of this trip was gas for $59.02. which was enough to bring us to our first stop 6 hours away at Hotel Moco. It was a beautiful little town, but it was dead. There was only one restaurant opened as we arrived at 8 p.m. Something about driving all day made us so hungry. We both got 3-course meals and an extra chicken burger, which came out to be $156. This brings us to the hotel. It was supposed to be $130, but I booked the wrong night, so we paid double. But the fact that the hotel was an old textile mill that was recently renovated made it feel a little bit more worth it. Day number 2. After sleeping in one of the most comfortable beds, we took off to Charlevoix, Quebec. We got a free breakfast, but later stopped for gas for $75 and snacks. Then we arrived, just off the coast of the St. Lawrence River. After nearly 10 hours of driving, we got to Club Med, an all-inclusive resort tucked in between the mountains and river, and this place was incredible. We walked into it in a daze after a long road trip to an all-you-can-eat buffet with endless food options and an acrobat show after. Day 3. Because everything in the resort was included, we had already prepaid for our buffet breakfast, gondola ride up the mountain, hike to see some of the most incredible views, drinks and burgers overlooking the river, and a buffet dinner. There was just such an abundance of things to do that the plan of this being a work trip was just not panning out. Day 4. The goal of this day was relaxation. And after breakfast, I signed up for a yoga class in French, which was an interesting experience because I speak French like a 4-year-old. Continuing on the theme of relaxation, we then went to the spa for $80.48, which was the one thing that was not included. It was nice, but very overpriced. After that, we finished the evening with a leisurely dinner and drinks. Day 5. This day was so sad because we had to leave Club Med. We had become accustomed to living in luxury, and we stayed there for the buffet breakfast and lunch before checking out for a total of $1,814.96. But we were not done spending money. To break up the drive back to Montreal, we decided to stop at Waterfalls. To enter the park and to ride the gondola back up to the top, we paid a total of $46.65. We then went back to the car and set off for Montreal. Halfway through, we needed more snacks and gas to fuel ourselves and spent $85 on this. As we reached the city, we realized we needed to park the car somewhere. After lots of driving around, we found a garage for $49 for 3 nights. After a long day of traveling, we collapsed on our beds and barely had the energy to order Caribbean food from Uber for $77.22. Day 6. In the morning, we had a chance to check out the Hotel Le Warwick, and it was very nice. Located in the heart of downtown Montreal, we had our own apartment and there was a pool and hot tub that overlooked the city. We had breakfast across the street from the hotel for $66.04, and then we spent the rest of the day resting in our hotel room, working out and going swimming, which was going great until an alarm started blaring while we're in the swimming pool and we had to evacuate the building. We're standing at the bottom of the hotel in our swimsuits soaking wet. There was no information about why the alarm was set off, so we decided, let's go eat. We got takeout from Poulet Rouge. We then picked up some things from the pharmacy and finally stopped at a grocery store for a total of $86.61. By the time we came back to the hotel with our food, the alarm had stopped, so we went upstairs, put on Seinfeld, did some work, and ate our food. Day 7. Today was a busy and expensive day of tourist activities. We jumped on the metro for $7.50 for 2 one-way tickets to the Botanical Gardens. The entrance to the park was $45.50, but they were really beautiful, and the nicest areas were the Chinese and Japanese gardens that had buildings in them surrounded by ponds. After, we jumped on another metro for $7.50 to get to the Old Port area. In the Old Port, I remembered this delicious crepe place. We got a combination of sweet and savory crepes for $55.20. Weaving through the old historic area, we ended up walking all the way back to the hotel and finished the night by stopping for Thai food for $58.18. Day 8. As we packed to go home, we had coffee from the hotel, settled our bill with the hotel for $1,348. We then were off, and we only stopped for breakfast an hour later. After breakfast, we still had 5 hours to go and more gas to get. Gas was $57.20, and we got more snacks and drinks for $21.66. After making it through Toronto's rush hour traffic, we made one last stop for Caribbean food. As a trip, that means all of the days put together, we spent a total of $4,531.03. That is a lot of money. Looking at the numbers now, there's a part of me that wishes I invested it or used it to upgrade things around my house. But that's the balance of finances. After saving money for a long period of time, this was a period to spend it. The trip really helped me disconnect from work, have a creative reset, and just spend time with my partner. Thank you so much for following along with that journey. In my next video, I'm getting back to more tech-related content, so be sure to look out for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.